Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
My name is Kevin Garcia. Currently a
You're
sophomore.
live and in person.
Yes.
Right.
Currently a sophomore with Williamsburg High School for Architecture and Designs. I want to introduce my team member, Leins.
Hello, my name is Leins Barthe. I'm a junior at Williamsburg High School for Architecture and Design.
Hello, everybody. I am a junior at Williamsburg High School for Architecture and Design. I've actually been covering a lot of the CAD drawings.
Our mission for Lake Como is creating an environmentally safe and socially beneficial pathway between Main Street and the lakefront. Here we have a view of what 18th Avenue is and a view of what Parkway is.
The pathway to the lake. The objectives. So the first thing that we want to do, we want to improve the quality of life for those who are living within the Lake Como district and for those who would be passing through important routes through the borough. The second thing we want to do is connect. Connect. Everything needs connection in life. If you want to work with someone, you need to have a connection. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to connect the Main Street business district with the lakefront, our main sources of information. So, of course, with all investigations and trying to figure out how to make things better for everyone, you want to go to the people who directly experience it. For example, residents, proprietors of both the borough. Now, our second help comes from Sustainable Jersey, where they help complete streets with design guides. And now for our third and final contributor, we have the Candace Garden, where we got a lot of the ideas from pilot projects and the modes of actions that we had to take for this project that we're undergoing. Priorities of pathway to the lake: higher priority residents. Greater convenience, less anxiety, improved social environment. Pedestrians and bicycles, a clear and safe pathway. Environment, CO2, stormwater, wildlife, and pollinators, and aesthetics. Because in a town like this, you want to make it look nice. Its main focal point is its lake. You want to make the lake look nice. You want to make the pathway to the lake look nice. That is the main focal point. Lower priorities, automobiles, motorcycles. Special priorities, emergency service, ultimate requirements when needed, especially during emergency. Part 1, remediation. Find solutions for chronic problems such as speeding, vehicle noise, littering, and unruly weekend behavior.
So another thing that I really focused on, especially the bike lane and pedestrians. So with the bike lane, we want to at least have the bike lane to have additional standards on road bike lane and accessible with reduced injury and crash rate of 50%, which was proven by the Sustainable Jersey Complete Street Guide. Here with this our bike lane circuit, we have an idea of making the bike lane go Main Street, 16th Avenue, and keep on around. As you can see here, Parkway, because that's one of the most things we want to focus on. Have attraction around the lakefront and continue on around the streets. The concept of the bike lane, we wanted to assert, and we wanted to at least reduce the amount of traffic in the parking spot. As spoken before, parking has been a main issue due to blockage of view, and also another thing, if it's a wide street, it could cause or encourage other people to speed. So that's another issue we have. A layout for Parkway. Parking allowed on both sides. East side. Cars travel only. Travel only lane on the east side. On the west side, we have no parking. All vehicle travel, including emergency vehicles. So the solution from the east side, we have single path traffic. So traffic moves more smoothly. Parking only on the east side, and then the speed limit we want to lower the speed limit to 50 miles per hour all year round for passenger cars, and we want to only allow passenger cars and motor vehicles, and enforce the distance between the curb rule. Solution for the west side, single lane of traffic, wider base vehicles, okay. Continue no parking this side. Speed limit also 15 miles per hour all year long. And this is will be the best spot for vehicle, emergency vehicle access, and maybe the bike lane. The bike lane going south. One of the key issues we have for Lake Como, as we know and have Leins has talked on before, is speeding. Speeding has caused more accidents and different types of injuries, and one of the things that they really want to focus on is on the dangers of speeding. So, the thing of speeding we found is the fatal likelihood of speeding. So, and the stopping distance versus speed, which as shown here. Another thing with wider lanes, it, like I was talking before, wider lanes, it allows and encourages speeding. So we want to at least have a little bit more narrow lanes. So with the narrow lanes, it could effectively manage speeding without decreasing safety. This is special to Lake Como's aim reduce speeding without requiring no more police surveillance than what they have in the past. What we came up with the best overall is that stop signs and speed humps are the most effective when it comes to speeding, and also related cost is a good price for Lake Como. So what we want to do is to reduce the speeding, at least on 18th Avenue, we want to propose at least 1 or 2 stop sign or speed hump equally spaced. So when it comes to space, it won't be interrupted. So it's safe for the pedestrian to walk, but the driver not to get frustrated. One of the slides my teammate Jennifer was working on was the litter slides, and here we have a montage created by her, which from pictures that she received from great Mr. Gibbons. And here we find the different type of litter around the area, which are gum wraps, cigarette butts, pizza boxes, articles of clothing, and bottles and cans. This is all scattered all around 18th Avenue and Parkway from various sources. We needed to find out where this litter comes from in order to solve the problem of litter, and then we decided where we should place litter bin. So some litter can be found in storm sewers, and then which then goes into the lake, which could cause a lot of contamination. Case study, 7-Eleven case study. Mostly small items come from 7-Eleven, trash and recycling, where bins are needed. As you're going to see more in the future, more in the slides coming above where the bins are needed. Here we have some of the current trash bins and some of the bins that we're planning to add to 18th Avenue. Why is that? Why are these locations important? Well, with the purchases I made, I bought a pizza, and I noticed walking with this pizza, the length it took me to find the nearest trash can when it comes to Lake Como is this distance. Here, I had somebody help me when it comes to this part, cigarette butts. Yeah, so the cigarette butts, when it comes to somebody smoking the cigarettes and then having to find the nearest trash can, is going to be somewhere of a distance line here. Burger. 7-Eleven has constant burgers. 7-Eleven serves burgers. You could buy. And when it comes to walking, especially the school is there, a lot of kids like burgers. So the distance where consuming a burger and walking to find the nearest trash can is this distance as seen here. Then a hot dog. A hot dog is also sold at 7-Eleven. And here it's a distance to get to the nearest trash can. Then we have a soda or a pop, however you prefer to say it. And here the distance that is needed for a trash can. Chocolate bar. A lot of people like chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate here? Okay. So yeah, when it comes to chocolate, the chocolate bar, the current location of the trash bin located, the distance of consuming chocolate is here. So proposal continues with the bin mounted on the telephone poles and adding a recycling bin to those. Add at least 2 or more bins on the side of the road, equally spaced, as you can see here. And as we discussed before, another issue that we found that Lake Como has, cigarette butts. And due to this, we want to replace or add a container for the old trash can and replace it with a trash can that's able to hold cigarette butts on top. So a little bit proposal. These are some of the locations that on 18th Avenue Main Street and Parkway, where some of the litter bins are already located, and some of the litter bins we plan to add.
To enhance the quality of life along the pathway with plants, signage, amenities. Number 1, trees, streets, front yards. Number 2, sidewalks. Number 3, other plantings. Part A, a verge. Part 3, parkway median. Part 3, signage and education. And part 4, social and business.
These plants we want to plant is safely 2 to 3 feet high, which is visible for each corner, as shown here in Lauren Terrace, and then making the turn to 18th Avenue. Plants are low level, are more effective of preventing carbon dioxide from reaching pedestrians than trees. Another important thing is signage. As we see here, some of the signs located around Lake Como already, and as in the middle, it's one of the signs that we want to add to the area of Lake Como. There's no rule signs located in Lake Como, so each of these locations is meaningful to at least add the rules, especially in bars and liquor stores, where a lot of people are coming from the beach area and different nearby towns. As we can see, most of the signs that are currently in the area are located on what it is our west side, but we want to add at least more signs to the east side and northeast side of Lake Como.
This right now is basically a semi layout of the, of all 3 of the streets that we have been working on throughout this year. 18th Avenue being the main street that we've been looking at. Parkway is also a side street, and so is Main Street. Yeah. So with some simple CAD work, also combined with Illustrator and Photoshop, me and Mr. Rodriguez, we were able to import a lot of the AutoCAD, a lot of the site plan details from Lake Como itself along 18th Avenue into AutoCAD, Photoshop, and Illustrator. We started in AutoCAD, started with a basic outline of the buildings, of the surrounding portion that we were focused on. Then we imported it into Illustrator to change some line thickness, and we put it into Photoshop to easily distinguish each part of the projects.
One thing I want to say is I also want to give a huge amount of thanks to everybody in Lake Como, and specifically John Gibbons. He's met with these students every week for
every single week.
Every single week.
Heather, this is Dr. Weber.
Hey, Dr. Weber, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing keen. Great to see you.
I'm the Lake Como Environmental Commission Chair, and I just want to say that this project that you guys did is just fantastic. I mean, it's got ideas that I never even would have thought of, and it seems to cover all kinds of problems. I mean, we're only 2 weeks into the summer, and I've had people park in my driveway, 2 a.m. firecrackers, and my neighbor's car got scratched by somebody driving down the street. So, I mean, it's just, traffic is a real problem, and you guys have done wonders with your ideas. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you can develop and really help the town.
Oh, Susanna Abadi.
Hi, I just wanted to say it was great to see how holistically you approached it. And I'm actually pretty familiar with Lake Como because we used to have a place in Belmar. And it was great to see how you were identifying some of the challenges and really looking upstream to really see where those challenges are coming from and looking at how to approach it in a way that would be community focused, not just focused on setting up controls. So I really admired the way that you were looking at trying to work with the community to create improvements.
Susanna Abadi, I'm curious. I'm curious what you mean by that. That's actually a really interesting statement, as opposed to setting up controls.
Well, a lot of times when they'll set penalties in place or they'll limit people's ability to be active in an environment. Do you understand what I mean? Like there's a way that all kinds of ways that they will try to limit access would be one potential response that you could have. And that's not the approach that you took. It was to work with human behavior and then also to look, like I said, upstream and more like holistically at ways to try to improve behavior.
Yeah, there's an enormous amount to say, but the thing is, this project had surprised everybody, including me, because we thought we were, we basically, to give you a little background for people who don't know Lake Como, we have a vision in Lake Como where we are trying to change it from a little notice pass through to a distinctive destination. Great, and turn it into more like a village type of thing with an environmental theme. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. 2 years ago, Williamsburg designed our lakefront, okay, and that as a fun and wildlife park, and as a result, the town got an open space grant of a matching grant of $200,000, and that's starting to happen. Spring Lake, the town next to us on the other side of the lake, also got a grant. So for the first time in living memory, two towns are actually working together and going to have a similar kind of approach around what's at least 3/4 of the lake. So that was the first one. The other one is Main Street. We have a plan for creating street trees, but it's not street trees, it's as an arboretum, as a destination, and the work that Kevin did, he's done so much more work on it. We're saving his work on the trees because he's given us almost an encyclopedia of trees, and those are going to be the signs in the arboretum. So this is what this project's going everywhere. So the thing was, how do we connect those two destinations and at the same time clean up a kind of a less than salubrious situation? And that was the original thinking. But this project became so much more, and so we ended up working as a team, and Mrs. Butts did tremendous work on giving a list of the tasks, because there are so many things involved, so many kids involved, the whole thing, and you see what the kids did. It's amazing. And so what the issue was is that we ended up having to, forgive me for the word, but to change the paradigm, where people at the moment, the town is looking at doing a traffic study, and in the traditional way, that's fine, but doing a traffic study when what is happening with the Sustainable Jersey program and even with the infrastructure program nationally is that we're looking at streets in a different way, not from traffic outward, but from residents and pedestrians and bicycles, and turning the whole thing on its head. That's what these kids have been doing, which to me is just amazing. And we've just been kind of riding the tiger on this project because it's been such complicated but an adventure. And the kids deserve an enormous amount of credit for making this happen. Anyway, that's pretty much it. And there is a possibility of something happening because the Sustainable Jersey program in New Jersey, you have to look it up, you can type it, but it has funds attached to one of their actions for a town being sustainable, which is the Complete Streets program. So there's half the chance of getting some funds to make this happen. So the next thing we have to do, and as a town, is Dr. Weber and I, we've got to get in touch with the green team and, get things moving there, right? Because we've got the material. So anyway, that's kind of the background to it. And these kids deserve a lot of credit for doing it. You can see the really super stuff that's all scattered through the presentation. So anyway, that's my contribution. Thank you very much, you guys and gals. It's wonderful, and we're looking forward to the presentation now, the official presentation to the Environmental Commission on the 16th, and you'll have another bunch of very appreciative people there as well.